gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the world's most famous chiropractor, the godfather of fitness himself, Jack Lalane. So Jack, tell me how you're feeling these days.
I've never felt better. You know what? I work at living. Dying is easy. Living is a pain. You got to work at it. And I work at living.
That's great.
You know, the whole thing about it, if you have a goal in life, something to look forward to. I believe so strongly in what I do. And my whole life, I never thought about making money. I thought about one thing: how can I help people to help themselves?
Most people, especially chiropractors, don't realize that you actually went to chiropractic school.
Yeah, I did.
Could you tell me a little bit about that?
When I first started business, we'll be back in the late 30s, I went to Oakland Chiropractic College. Dr. McClintock, he was our head man there. I'll never forget him. And it took me a long time to get through because I'd have to go odd hours, you know, and anyway, I did it. And the reason I never used my degree, because I had so many medical doctors sending me business. And in those days, medical doctors and chiropractors didn't get along too well. So I never told anybody. I just go down the middle. I wanted to help all the chiropractic people, and I wanted to help the medical doctors. So I just went down the middle, and I'm a gymnasticrat.
Why did you choose chiropractic school?
Because I wanted to learn the workings of the muscles and the bones, and because I was the first one in physical fitness that did personal training, you know. So I had to devise exercises. So I had to learn all the workings of the bones and the muscles, and then I got Gray's Anatomy, and I started from there.
Jack, what has been your experience with chiropractic today?
I think it's terrific. Chiropractic has really held its head up, and there's more people that are interested in chiropractic now, and the medical doctors they're exchanging patients, you know, with chiropractors, which is great. The doctors do their thing, the chiropractors do their thing.
Is chiropractic part of your regular health routine?
Oh, yeah. I've been getting adjustments ever since I was a young kid.
So
Chiropractic is terrific. The thing I like about chiropractic, you're not in all them drugs and on medicine, all that stuff. They're doing it nature's way, natural way. Exercise, the food you eat.
Jack, how did you get into exercise?
Well, I was a weak, sick kid and dropped out of school when I was 15 due to ill health. I was a troublemaker, failing grades in school, blinding headaches every day, uncontrollable temper. So they took me out of school for 6 months. And it was during this time I attended a health lecture. And that man said, if you obeyed nature's laws, you could be born again. Here I am, this weak, sick kid, you know. Everybody used to pick on me. This man said I could change my life. What was he talking about, you know? He's talking about mostly nutrition. So I went home that night, and I actually got on my knees, and I prayed, dear God, give me the willpower to refrain from these foods that are killing me. So I cut out all white flour, white sugar products, joined the Berkeley, California YMCA, and I went strict vegetarian for 6 years. The rest is history. After starting that regimen, you know, my whole life changed within 10 days. My headaches left, and I've never had another headache since. My energy doubled, and it was just incredible. I was born again. You know, that's why I feel so enthusiastic about my profession. I tell people that they can be born again. I don't care how old you are. If you're 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, you can still change your life and improve your life.
What were some of the obstacles that you came up against when you were introducing exercise to the public?
They thought I was nuts. And I was the first one ever to have women working out with the weights. I was the first one to have athletes working out with the weights. I was the first one to have old people working out with the weights. In those days, if an athlete worked out with the weights, he'd be muscle-bound. Old people would die of heart attacks, you know, and then women would look like men. Now there's not one world-class athlete, men and women, not working out with the weights.
It's amazing.
Things change, huh?
Yes.
The people just didn't know. You know, because the medical doctors were so against exercise, and women would look like men, like I told you earlier. And now the medical doctors, without exception, they're telling you to have 5 or 6 pieces of fresh fruit every day, more vegetables, and they want you to build muscle. How do you build muscle? You have to work with weights. You have to do exercise. That's why exercise is so important.
To overcome some of the misconceptions the public had about exercise, you did some amazing feats of athleticism. I understand on your 42nd birthday, you did 1,033 push-ups in 23 minutes for a world record on television. At age 60, you swam from Alcatraz Island to Fisherman's Wharf, handcuffed and shackled, towing a 1,000-pound boat. And then again at age 70, handcuffed and shackled, you towed 70 boats with 70 people 1.5 miles off Long Beach Harbor. Jack, why did you do it?
To prove that anything is possible, at any age. You know, so many people, they get 40 years old, I can't do this. I just wanted to prove that you could do it. Like here I did, towed those 70 boats when I was 70 years old. You know, so many people are 70 years old. Oh, the good old days, everything. You got to work in living. This body was made for activity. You got to use it. And the food you eat is walking and talking tomorrow, isn't it?
You were the first to get athletes and women and seniors to do resistance training lifting weights. How do you feel about seniors using hydraulic equipment in a circuit training format?
I think it's terrific. Hydraulic is absolutely something modern, something where not just older people, anybody can adjust it for your particular, whatever category you're in. If you're young or old or you're strong or whatever it is, you can adjust it for you. And then the circuit training is terrific. You know, you work one group of muscle and you go to another group of muscle. You're working all the muscles in the body. You know, too much of this exercise, they work just certain muscles. You got 640 muscles. They all need their share of work. And that's why that system you have is great.
Jack, can you tell the chiropractors out there watching how you feel about the Stay Fit Seniors program?
Couldn't be better. It's absolutely a must. It can save people's lives. These people, they sit around and watch television for hours doing nothing, and God, with this coming to and exercising and doing the chiropractic along with the exercise, it's absolutely can save people's lives, and it can change their lives and improve your life. See, you're working at living. 90% of the people have something that's misplaced or is not working properly. These chiropractic adjustments, you can isolate whatever thing you're trying to improve, and then when you go into the exercise, you improve whatever weaknesses you have. How can you beat the combination? The chiropractors should be examples of what they are teaching, what they're professing. They should really normalize their weight, get themselves in shape, and be examples to prove that chiropractic is really the way to go.
We have many of our Stay Fit senior members tell us they used to watch and exercise with you back 30, 40, even 50 years ago. How do you feel about reaching these same seniors all over again?
It makes me feel good. You know, I was on television 34 years. I never forget when I started. The doctor said, boy, and everybody, all the newspapers, Jack Lalane will give him 6 weeks, he'll be off the air. 34 years later. You know, like I've said earlier, I've got one thing in my mind, to help people to help themselves. Who puts the food in your mouth? Who goes to the bathroom for you? God? The devil? God help them that help themselves. And I just hope and pray that all you folks will do something for the most important person on this earth, you. Without you, what good is anything? People don't realize how important they are. You think about it, what you were, your family and your country and everything else. You were incredible. So you being the only one like you, the earth has been going on for hundreds of thousands of years, and there's only one you. Think about that. Look at how important you are. That being the case, take care of you.
Jack, thank you for inviting us into your home and taking the time to be with us. We really appreciate it.
You know what time it is, folks? It's time to leave you. Let's say goodbye. These precious moments just seem to fly. Now here's my wish for you. May the good Lord bless and keep you too. God bless you all, and keep up your chiropractic.